Welcome to my first playthrough for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm going to quickly show you where I'm at, and then I'm going to take you back to how I got here real briefly before moving forward and going forward with the goals we have today. So right now, the goals through the beginning of the game was to get our agility up enough to get deft hands. And I'm going to show you which options I selected to get there. And to get my skills up in scholarship to as close to 8 as you can possibly get, which you'll hit 8 with one more read, and that's coming up here in just a moment, as soon as we start moving, really. And survival to master cook. And the reason why is because you want to be able to take any food and make sure it stays at, or make sure that you can bring it back to 100%. All right, so how I got here. Let's go step by step and I'll show you. Okay, your first choice in the game is right here, and it kind of talks you through the different options. We're going to want the advisor option. Okay, so I'm going to choose all the options that get us to the point where I just showed you. Advisor option's the first one, so let's do that.
I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say?
And there you go. You see the increase up there?
Cuman forces plundered
and slaughtered everyone.
Let's get to the next option. Okay, so here's where it kind of breaks down all the options here. I'm going to choose speech when we get to the actual conversations here for the persuasion checks. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and do that.
To resolve conflicts, not to stir up more. Once more,
and we
I
should
assure
succeed
you we have
here.
No evil intentions. Explain there. That we can guarantee.
There you go.
Very well.
So you get the success and the reputation gain. Okay, once you get to camp, all of the stuff that you pick up here will not matter, really. Right? So you don't need to grab all of it. The only thing I would suggest that you really concern yourself with is to open this chest, grab the dice, and then go ahead and open the chest back up and put all of your money and the dice back in it. Because later on, some of that money will still be there and that die will still be there. After that, you can go through the normal sequence, the fight with Hans, the training here, and we'll catch back up right after that. Okay, the fight is over, even though it says we're still fighting. We're not still fighting. Here he comes. And so let's go through our options here. Again, remember, we are shooting for agility and scholarship. Those are the two options we're trying to succeed at. Okay, so here's our first option. We're going to choose the agility one here. No, I think did I say that right? Yes, agility was the one we're looking for. I had it right. I don't know why I was second guessing myself there. Okay, so we're going to pick the agility option here.
Dragging you apart was great fun.
Okay, now we have a scholarship option. So definitely take the scholarship option.
I needed a bit of peace and quiet. Okay,
now our last choice here. There is an axe that you can pick up right away that's super strong. There's 100 videos out there that tell you about it. We're going to grab it pretty early on. So in order for us to use that axe, I'm going to say heavy weapons here. It's going to give us just a better start to our fighting. So that's why I'm going to go with that one. Okay, from here, the next option that matters is inside the hut with the old lady, right? And she wants you to eat and wash up and all of that. And that's fine. You got plenty of food right here. You can just eat from this pot. Oops, I keep pushing the wrong button. I don't know why. There we go. I was holding it. That was my fault. So yeah, bandage up, eat the food, wash up, all that stuff. But go through the whole house and take everything while you're at it. And then when you're outside, go ahead and kill all the chickens and get the meat. Hold off on looting all of... Hey, bud. Hold off on grabbing all of this stuff just yet. We'll grab that in a minute. All the flowers. There's nettles down here. There's other flowers on this side. Herbs, I mean. You can get your savior schnapps and all your foods here. And go ahead and bury this guy. Take all of his stuff. Grab his sword. Grab the shovel to bury him with. And here's an axe you can have for right now. You won't be able to hold on to it. But that's okay. That's an axe for now that you can use. All right. So do all of those steps, but don't grab the herbs just yet, the flowers. We'll do that here in just a moment. Once you've completed all of those steps, head back here and talk to Bozina. She's going to tell you that she needs some medicine and it's time to go pick some herbs. That's when we'll continue on that route. Okay, once you're done talking to her, you're going to head up this path. Let's talk about where we're going. So this is the actual spot where you're supposed to be looking. So you have, from her camp, you can come up this hill. You can go all the way around on this ledge, all the way around here, all through all of this. You can drop down over here, and you can get probably to right about here, actually, right in here. And you can kind of follow this river to about this spot. And I would suggest, what I did was I went through every inch of this whole space, all through this entire space, and looted up every single herb I could find. There's a lot more than you think. There's so many. And I think it's worth it. Because what you're trying to accomplish is not necessarily gathering up the herbs, right? I mean, that's important. You're going to have more herbs. But really what you want is you want to get your skill, which we can't look at it yet, but you want to get your survival skill up to a certain point. And once we, here in a moment, I'll be able to show you exactly what we're trying to accomplish. But your survival skill, when it's high enough, gives you certain perks that we're trying to shoot for here. And so that's why we're looting up every single herb. All right, so go ahead and do that. Go follow all the way up on top of this hill, all the way around. And let me just show you a couple spots. So you're going to be watching for this multicolored top on the belladonna. And there's some there. There's some here. That belladonna is, there's a lot more than you think there is. There's a bunch right here. And then on the other side, there's more up in here too, but not as much. And then up over in this direction, there's a couple more pretty heavy belladonna spots. Now watch for mushrooms, watch for everything. Just watch for everything. But there is a lot more belladonna than you think, and you need that to craft your savior schnapps and a fox potion that we're going to be working on later. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here's some more belladonna up in here. And I'm not seeing it real quick, but do a full tour all the way around. Here's some more here, right? Oh, yeah, there was a big spot. 1, 2, 3, at least 3 plants of it. So, yep, do a full tour. And what's going to happen once you're done is you're going to come back over here and there's going to be some people that are in the camp. So let's meet up there. Okay, so here we are. There's a couple people at the camp. And don't forget to kill this pig here too. So let me just show you what we've got so far, right? If we go through our skills now, you can see that our survival's up to 8. Our scholarship is almost to 8. We'll get it a little bit further, and then we'll hit 8 as soon as we get into the regular world. So those are all great, but let's check our inventory. So we've got tons of foods, right? They're starting to turn bad a little bit. See these chickens, they're marked as stolen, but that's fine. And so is the pork. It's marked as stolen, but that's okay. They're starting to turn bad on us, which is fine. We're going to fix that problem too. And then we've also got, look at all of this. We've got 44 belladonna, 71 chamomile, 50 sage, 32 nettle. Like we could do so much right now. 10 St. John wort. With the belladonna, the St. John wort, and the nettle, all we need is some charcoal, and we can make a Henry Fox potion. So, yeah, there's some good stuff already here. All right, so the options to choose when talking to these guys.
Of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
All right, so we're going to tell him he doesn't look like von Burgos' men, and then when he gets mad at us for that, we're going to lie to him.
You're from Lord von Burgov. You don't look like it.
You can talk.
Okay, so now he got mad at us because we called him a liar, and then we're going to lie to him. And remember I said we're going to use the speech one. So I'm going to say you're looking in the wrong place and lie.
I'm Pavel, and I'm here to help Bohemia. I don't know anything about any attack. I gave them directions here, so you can join them once they get here.
And now you can see that this
Nothing,
succeeded,
fuck it. Just
and
tell them we'll wait for them in the tavern.
now they're going to run off, so we
Alright?
don't have to kill them. Right? Okay. Go ahead and go through. Now you're going to go through and do the tutorial on how to make a potion. And then we're going to go through that, go through the sleeping, go through talking in the morning, and then we'll meet back up. Do not, once you're done at the breakfast table meeting and talking to everyone, don't talk to Hans. Not yet. We're not ready for that yet. Okay? Okay, now that we've finished having breakfast with them, we have a recipe for Savior Schnapps. Okay? So go ahead and learn that. And then notice that the chicken that we have is almost bad. It's going bad. And so are some of these mushrooms and things like that. But also, the chicken has respawned, like all the chickens have. I'm not going to kill them again, but you could, because there's more of them. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and make some Savior Schnapps, I would suggest you make 20 potions before you leave Bozina's. There is a perk you get at 20 potions that it would be nice for you to have right now. If you wanted to look at crafting the Savior Schnapps, you can see what it is here. You need 1 nettle and 2 belladonnas. Easy enough. And the base is wine. So you got to boil the nettle for 2 turns. Right? And then you got to grind belladonna and add it for 1 turn. So it's really not that difficult. 1 nettle, 2 boil turns. 2 belladonna, 1 boil turn. So it's reverse of each other. Okay. So let's pop that in here. And if you don't remember, I'm pretty sure it said wine, but you can take a peek and you can see the symbol up there and then match it to the symbol on the jars, right? So it is wine. And then we can take out the belladonna and the nettle, set these out. I'm going to show you once, and then after I show you once, I'm just going to get the 20 potions done. That's it. Okay? So I'm not going to go through every single one of these. I'm just going to show you once. All right, so we got the nettle here and the belladonna. So we're going to add in, actually, we can take this. We can have the prep fully done if we want and have the belladonna, 2 of those, sitting in here, ready to go. We can even grind it up if we want to. You don't have to do all of this prep work, but you can. Just have it ground up, ready to go. And then just tap R and put it back down on the table. Easy enough, right? And then as far as the nettle goes, I'm going to put the cauldron down first. Get it nice and bubbly while I grab my nettle. Okay. And once it's bubbly, raise this back up. I'm going to grab and drop in. I'm going to lower it back down. I'm going to turn this one more time. So there is faster ways to do it. I'm purposely going nice and slow through this, lifting this up. You find a faster way, do it however works for you. And pour. And you should come away with strong Savior Schnapps. There you go, 3 of them. Okay, so keep going until you get 20 total cooked potions. And right now, if I leave the table real quick, I can see that I'm at 5 total. No, those weak Savior Schnapps I didn't cook. Did I? I don't think so. Anyway, so keep cooking until you have 20. And then let's meet back up. You will likely hit level 8 of alchemy while you're doing this. If you do, go ahead and grab Secret of Matter. Because that's going to give you 1 extra potion. And that'll get you to the 20 faster, right? You can also grab any of these other ones that you want. The spoilage being slower is great. The potion cellar is going to be really helpful because we're going to do a lot of potions. So I'm going to grab that one. And I'm going to continue on making my 20. Okay, there we go. We got Lab Dweller. That was our last strong snops we needed to create. And let me show you what Lab Dweller does. So if you come in here to your skills and go to Alchemy, Lab Dweller, the effects of your potions will last longer. So it's a nice one to have. Now we have level 9 in Alchemy, which is great. Now, before we're done today, I actually want to beat a level 16 in Alchemy, but we're going to continue on and get into the open world before we do that, because I want to have better experience before I start pushing at that. The reason for level 16 is because of Secret of Secrets, and that'll let us get to the best level of potions, the strongest level of potions. So we definitely want to do that. Okay, so we are done with all of this. We can do our leveling up now. I'll actually wait till we get into the regular world here in a moment before we do any leveling and picking all of our skills. So for now, go ahead and talk to Hans and follow the story, and let's meet up back at the inn in Troskowitz. I'll show you the next step of this. Okay, here we are at the tavern in Troskowitz, right? I've done all the steps other than bringing the bags into the pantry, which is the final step before the fight breaks out and you're entering into the new world. So here's where we stand right now. If you look at our inventory, I have a whole bunch of food, and some of it is really going rotten. You would not want to eat this, right? And a lot of our stuff that we've looted here has also started to go bad. So I don't want to keep it like that and use it. It's already going bad. If you are already far enough in survival where Master Cook is available, go ahead and grab it now. If for some reason you didn't loot enough at the old lady's hut, which if you're following along, you should have looted enough. You should have plenty to pick up Master Cook. If for some reason you didn't, which I'm going to grab it right now. If for some reason you didn't, then... And I'm going to grab Flower Power too, because that's going to help me with my charisma checks, right? Then all around here, there's dandelions, and in the back, there is an insane amount of nettle sitting back here, sitting along this fence line. So, and all of these poppies also. So if you haven't gotten it and you're close, you should be able to get it with all the stuff that's sitting in this little one area. Now, right inside this door, there is a drying rack. So let's go ahead and put everything we have into the drying rack real quick. And that 21 chicken should be nice and healed up because of the Master Chef. Okay, I hate to get rid of all of these nice ingredients, but we're already into the 70s, and by the time we get to use them, they're not going to be any good. So we're better off drying them. So let's go ahead and hit X, and now watch, you're going to actually get levels for that. So we just brought our survival to 9 by doing that also. And not only that, but our chicken is back at 100. And how long does it last at 100? Infinity. So now you've got good food that's just and last, right? Now, like carrots, I think you can cook, and bacon you can cook. So the stuff that you can cook, you can always bring into here. And go ahead and cook the food right here. There we go. And now our carrots are cooked. I guess I couldn't cook the bacon. It must have already been cooked. Carrots are cooked. Our onions are cooked. Everything's cooked. Everything's back to 100. All of our goods are dried out and back at 100. And we've got a bunch of strong savior schnapps. Okay. The next step is to get through the last bit of this. So go ahead and carry the bags. On the third bag, you'll get into a fist fight, finish the fist fight, and we'll meet where we started right there. Okay? We'll meet right back there here in just a few minutes.
You stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
All right, here we are. We're back. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk to this young woman here. I can't remember her name for some reason. Bara.
Somewhere to sleep?
There's 3 things we want from her. One of them's a quest, one of them's a lockpick, and one of them's 5 groschen. So let me show you which options you pick for those real quick. Okay, when you get to this point where she has the option that says, tell me about Tomcat. You want to pick that one. That's a quest that you want to get, leading you to a swordsman trainer or a combat trainer. So you definitely want that one.
Tomcat?
They say
And then pick the option that with the star next to it again. This is continuing the Tomcat thing. And then you'll get a quest that says,
I don't want to.
more like
here, I'll show you, combat training 1. So those are the first things you want. Okay. Then you can go back in her options and go down to help me. And you want to choose 2 of them. One of them that says I need something to wear.
and what do you
And then here you can pick whichever one you want to pick. The one I've been successful on is I'd like to look like a noble, even though it has the lowest number up top. I pick that one.
I'd like to look distinguished, like the proper right hand of a highborn lord.
after what you did here? I'd say you seem
It says I failed this time, but still I got my lockpick. That's what you were really trying to get, was the lockpick. So,
Thanks.
and then the other thing is if you pick I need some money, she will give you 5 groschen. So go ahead and pick that one, run through that, all the options there, and you'll get 5 groschen. Okay, the rest of these, as far as I can tell, you don't need. Now, some of these might lead to story later on. I don't know, because I haven't gotten that far into the game yet. So go ahead and go through the rest of her dialogue. It doesn't hurt. You do get a little bit of experience for each piece of dialogue, so it's worth it anyway. And then the next step, we're going to get a quick level up. So I want to show you that. Okay, I finished my conversation with Bara. I put on my clothes and I quickly washed up. So I put on all the clothes I have. I quickly washed up in the little basin right there. We're going to head to this second opening. So we passed that opening. We're going to go to this second opening. And just inside of here on the right, there's a book on the shelf. You can just grab it, read it. It's a recipe for a potion called Artemisia, I think is the name. So you want to read that recipe. Artemisia potion. Increases strength and reduces how much stamina it costs to attack and defend. So nice recipe. Let's go ahead and learn it. And I'm going to hit escape and you'll see that we level up. We got scholarship 8 and a perk point. And that's what we needed. So it's scholarship 8. You can now get Wonders of Nature. This will improve survival and alchemy experience gained by 20%. Okay, so that's fantastic. Now, I do want to, in the future, move down the stealth skill line. So while I'm here, I'm going to get Wonders of Man, because that's going to give me craftsmanship and thievery skills that will gain 20% faster as well. So I'm going to get both of those, okay? As far as other levels, I don't have any points in stealth and thievery. That is the downside of going the route I've gone so far. No points in it, right? None. Which really stinks, because that's what I eventually want to level up. But what is going to be the bonus here is in alchemy, once I get to Secret of Secrets, I'm going to be able to make a potion that gives me 50% experience all the time for everything. And that's what we're shooting for. That's the whole point of this process we're taking here. We can get some other points in here if you want to get your other stuff built up. Razor sharp, right? And get that done. Pick all your perks that you want otherwise while you're in here. Agility, you definitely want deft hands, and I will show you why here right now. And I'm going to leave these. I kind of want Charming Man, and this one is when selling money or armor, and this one's a speech bonus to haggling. So I'm going to pick the Silver Tongue. And I think that's all the points I can put in other than possibly combat. And I am going to pick something in combat. Okay, I'm going to pick Sundering Blow, which will lower the enemy's armor when I'm using a heavy weapon. And yeah, I know that doesn't make sense for a stealth build, but we're not going to initially start out as a bow stealth. We're going to make our way there. In the meantime, we need something. So we can always get that other stuff down the road too. And then I want Steadfast. So blocking costs less stamina, and my shield and weapon will wear down slower when I'm blocking. So I'm going to get that also. That leaves me 1 point. I'm not going to spend that 1 point right now. I think the only place I really could spend it is probably drinking. And I don't plan on running around drunk. That's kind of a weird way to play, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. Next thing. We got 2 things we want to do. Let's get the axe first. Let's grab that first. So let's jump across here. And this building right here on the left. And we're going to grab the Skeleton axe. It's not cheat. It's not stealing. It's nothing. You can just grab it, put it on, and it's doing a lot of damage. Yeah, it's doing all kinds of good damage. Way better than the one we had up here. Right? Look at all this lower damage. And we should have the ability, the minimum strength. Our minimum strength is a little low. So we'll have to figure that one out. But for now, that's okay. So we have our axe. And that does a ton of damage for us. All right. The next thing we want to do is this process of making potions is going to take a little while. And it may be nighttime before we get to continue on. And also we need to purchase a book. So we're going to go in here and talk to the alchemy vendor real fast.
Greetings to you. The Prisenseite, Herr. What do you need?
And we're going to start the trading process with him. And we're looking for 2 things. So we want to be able to make this fox potion eventually, but that's not what we're buying today. We want the chamomile decoction. Is that the right one? No, marigold decoction. That's the one we want. Marigold decoction. Okay, so we're going to buy that. And we want to buy every charcoal piece he has. Okay, buy that. And now that's going to cost us 153 groschen. So part of why we made so many potions earlier was so that we could sell them, right? And we just got this one for free. I'm going to sell it right now. I'm going to sell the weak savior schnapps, get rid of those. I don't need them. And we have 18 more strong savior schnapps. And we're at paying 125, and this is going to be 13. So maybe 9 of them, right? Let's see, 9. And that puts us at paying 0.6. That's really close. And now we're going to haggle. Oh, I pushed the button wrong. That's okay. We'll haggle next time. We paid 0.6 of a groschen and we got all of that done. We do want to learn. This is where we're going to spend a lot of our time going forward here for the next 30, 40 minutes. It won't take that long on screen. I will be spending that much time. I'll just show you and then we'll advance. All right. So the marigold decoction requires 1 nettle, 2 marigold, and some water. And I'm going to show you how to run this efficiently here in just a minute. But first, let's go get all of this guy's charcoal, just in case it's nighttime when we want to get it. And also, he does have some story stuff that you'll want to go through too. So go ahead and go through that. All right, once we get into his sales screen here, we're going to buy all of his charcoal up. And we do need a spade, but don't buy a spade right now. Our next step in this process after we're done getting to level 16, which is what we're doing. So 2 steps from now, because first we're going to get to level 16, and then after that, we're going to make our Henry's Fox potion. Okay. We'll have to pass right by a spade. So there's no reason to buy one right now. Lockpicks, we'll get those from nests here pretty soon. So I wouldn't spend any money on those either. Now he wants you to pay 5 for the charcoal that you're looking to get, right? Because they're half a groschen each and you're buying 10 of them. So let's see. He will give me 14.3 with me giving him 1 schnapps, and we still have 8 left. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt. We can make more real easy. So this is just a free way to get some charcoal, which we need in a little bit. Okay, so let's actually haggle with him this time. And you can drop it down by like 2. Maybe even 3 at this point. Let's try 3.
Why? You'll convince me with that price?
Okay.
Thank you, and take care.
So there we go. We make a little bit extra money while we're at it, right? So we got 16 groschen and all the stuff we wanted. Okay, from here, we need to make our marigold decoction, which means we need nettle and we need marigold. Let me show you quickly where to get all of these things. You can actually make them from the dried goods that you have, but they won't be as good a quality and they won't sell for as much and all of that kind of stuff. So since there's so much of it plentiful where we're standing right now, there's no reason to use the dry goods. Let me just show you what to do. So as far as marigolds go, there's a big patch here. There's a big patch here. Right where that horse is standing along the fence, there's a couple of them right over there. There's also a lot more places than I'm about to show you, but there's one on the inside and outside of this fence. And then as you're running over here, there's a patch of them right here. And there's a nettle just sitting out there too. You can grab it on the way back. There's more nettle sitting there. But I was coming over here because you've got nettle and you've got the flowers you need, the marigolds, right here. So let's get all of those looted up. And yes, I do have a mod on that takes away the cutscene from looting all of this. So you don't have to sit and watch the cutscene every time I loot up some kind of flower, because that would get real annoying real fast. And so keep an eye out for nettle. Now remember, you need half the amount of nettle that you do the yellow flower. So the marigolds. So there was more here. And there was more marigolds up here. I remember seeing them. There was yellow up here somewhere. And they were right here. Right? So let's just take a peek where we're at. For marigolds, we are at 8. And we've got way too many nettle. Holy cow, that was a lot. Okay, so no more nettle. Let's just grab some more marigolds real fast. Hello. Let's grab this patch in here. Okay, how are we looking? 32. So this should allow you to make 16 turns here, which is quite a few. And don't go get those yet because you're going to need more probably. And you don't want them to get, I don't know, what's the right, stale, whatever, they wear out. So you don't want them to do that. So they're at 99 right now. They're already starting to wear out a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the alchemy station, and I'll show you the steps to make this. Before we jump into the table, let me tell you, while you're running through this, getting to level 16 here, the abilities you want to pick up are Dark Arts Apprentice, which between the hours of midnight and 4:30, you'll be able to make the strongest potions with dried goods. So that's way worth it. You just have to make sure you come and make your potions in the middle of the night, and you can use your dried stuff, which lasts forever. So very, very helpful to have that one. You're going to want Secret of Matter 2 because that's going to give you 2 more on top of the 1 more you already have from Secret of Matter 1, which means you'll get an extra 3 of any potion you make. And it's huge, especially if you're selling them, which is, we got Potion Seller just for that reason. And Secret of Secrets. So this one here is what is going to let you create that next level potion, which is going to get us the Henry Fox instead of just the regular Strong Fox or Fox potion. So once you get to level 16 and you pick up Secret of Secrets, we'll come back and we'll talk about making the Fox potion. For now, let's talk about making the potion we need today. So we can quickly look at the book if we want. I'm going to kind of show you how to quickly set the stage for this too. So marigold decoction. So this is telling you right here, you need to add the nettle and boil it for 2 turns. Grind the marigold to the cauldron and pour it out. It's a pretty straightforward potion, right? And you need water as your base. So you need 2 marigold, 1 nettle, and the nettle boils for 2 turns. Pretty easy. Now, if you hold the E button, you'll actually get your materials put up here for you, marigold and nettle. And since it's all fresh materials right now in your inventory, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. Let's add our water, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the water down to the fire and just let it sit there and boil. Okay. So do you remember what we needed? Right? We need 1 nettle boiling for 2 turns and 2 marigolds that don't boil at all. They just get crushed up in the mortar and pestle. So let's start there. Let's put in our nettle. And we're going to go ahead, put that in. We're going to turn the hourglass. And while that's going, we can put a marigold down here. And we can watch the hourglass and flip it. And we can put another marigold down here. And once that hourglass is done, we'll raise this up. And then we can grind up the marigolds. We will pour them in. And we will grab a file. This is a very, very easy potion to make, and you should have a strong marigold deduction times 4. And we just got alchemy 10 and a perk point. I'm not going to pull off of this until alchemy 12, and alchemy 12 is when I want my next point put into something. So I'll meet up back with you when I hit 12. All right, we just hit level 12, so let's back out and take a peek at the perk that we want for level 12. So dark arts is where we're going here, right? When brewing potions between midnight and dawn, you'll work better. The whole process will be less susceptible to little mistakes, and you'll more easily achieve a higher quality product. In addition, you have a +2 bonus on coercion, domination, and intimidation stats when talking to commoners. So another bonus to it, right? More bonuses to coercion, domination, intimidation attempts. So definitely we're going to take that one. Our next stop will be at 14 when we pick up Secrets of Matter 2. So let's meet up there. Okay, just hit 14. Let's take a peek. So at 14, we are going to go back into Alchemy and Secret of Matter 2. And notice I didn't mention this before, that there's exclusives, right? Which means if you take this one, you can't have that one. So Secret of Equilibrium. Tolerance for your mistakes will be considerable if you also have the first level of this perk to fix stacks. So this lets you make mistakes a little bit more. But this gives you more potions. So this is definitely the way we're going. More potions. Because that means more money, because we're also going to sell more. All right. Last 2 levels till we get to Secret of Secrets, and then we get to start looking at the Henry Fox potion, which that is the whole reason for all of this. So let's finish up and get going on that last batch. Oh, while we're here, how many do I have left? I have 10 marigold, so I can do 5 more crafts before I've got to go find more marigold. So once I do finish that 5 more crafts, I'm going to run down here and get some from right in that patch right there. So that's what we're headed. That's what we're going to do until we get to 16. Be right back. All right, I think this is the last one. I think we hit 16. As soon as this potion is done here, we're about to find out if that got us there. We might need to do 1 more. Nope, that's it. Okay, so let's get away from this table for a few minutes. That's the toughest part of this, is grinding out alchemy isn't exactly the most fun part of the game, but it's getting us to a point where it's really worth it. So first off, I'd like to see how many potions I'm sitting here with. I have 80 strong decoctions, and they sell for 50 a piece, it says. I don't know if it changes when I get to the vendor. We'll have to check that out. I bet they only sell for like 25 or 28 or something. All right, anyway, still, that's 80 of them. That's a good amount, right? Now, I only took 1 marigold out of this. The rest of them I left. I had to take 1 from here. Let's go to skills. Alchemy, Secret of Secrets. This is what we're here for. If you follow the recipe precisely and your brewing time is perfect, you can brew potions of exceptional quality, which the ordinary herbalist can only dream of. That's what we want. Secret of Secrets. Yes, 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 please. Okay. I am going to quickly, just for the sake of making sure that these get saved and don't get ruined, I'm going to change these into a dry good. because I still want to keep them for maybe cooking at midnight, right? Make sure we save those. And oh, look at that. Survival 10. Do we want to look and see what came available real quick? Let's just look. Lucky find. When collecting herbs, you have a chance to find additional herb or a small treasure. That's not bad. That's not bad. I haven't actually tried that one. Small amount of experience and strength. And we do need some strength, don't we? I don't know how small is. When you can also get fur, trophy, selected cuts of meat. Okay. Wanderer, quality of bed increase. That'd be nice, right? You can sell herbs, games, hides, trophies for double the price. So all of these are nice things. I don't know. Are either of these worth taking? Somebody tell me. Let me know. Leg day, lucky find. Are those pretty good? Or one of them going to be better for us than the other? I'm thinking we need strength, and so getting strength experience would be nice, but that could be very minor and not even be helpful. So I just don't know the answer to it. Okay. We need 4 ingredients. Nettle, which we know how to find nettle. It's literally everywhere over here, and it's up behind the bar, and there's just nettle everywhere. Okay. Belladonna, which if you actually look, we have belladonna dried up, a lot of it, right? So once it gets past midnight, we're in good shape. We've got dried goods. St. John's wort. Again, we've got 10 of these already. But they won't be helpful until after midnight, and I don't want to wait till midnight. Okay. So there are a couple places we're going to go. First, we're going to go just across the street, and we're going to grab the belladonna that's sitting right here. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to run back where we got all the nettle from over here, and we're going to grab more nettle, and there's belladonna here as well. So right over here at this third cottage, or this third building, whatever you want to call it here, and grab some nettle while you're running. Grab some nettle, just grab it. And then right here, we'll get belladonna. You just need to make sure you have 15 if you want to match up with the amount of charcoal that we have. Okay, so how many did we end up with? Right now, we are sitting at belladonna of 6 and nettle of 38. So we don't need any more nettle. We need more belladonna. So let's run right down here, and we're going to get plenty of belladonna right now. And it is right in here somewhere. There it is. 1. There's another one. And there's another one. Got more of it. And even more of it. Come on. Good. And more down here. All right, so grab this all up. Grab this all up. There we go. All right. I think I got all of it. If not, that's fine. All right. Let's see. Belladonna, I now have 18, and you need 15, so that's fine. Now, we don't want to waste any time, because remember, these are losing strength. We need to get from here, we need to get over to about here, right? On the way, I'm going to grab some food. So you're going to see some beehives along the southern end of Troskowitz. I'm going to get some honey from those. And then I'm going to make a quick stop right here and get a free spade, because we're going to need that next episode. So might as well plan for it and get it on the way. We kind of talked about that early on today, where there was a free spade available, so don't buy one. This is the point where we're going to go grab that. So, yep, keep going past the horse barn. If you want, you could steal a horse. It would be a little bit faster. I am not going to steal a horse right now unless there just happens to be one right where I need him to be, and there is. Maybe I will steal a horse, except I can get the honey later. Are they looking at me? No. Okay, so let's take the horse, and we're going to run straight. Come on, guy. We want to stay out of town. Now, since we're on a horse, a stolen one at that. And let's go this way. Stay away from those guys. We don't want to be seen by them. Okay. That's not a guard. We're okay. And we're going to run right into this place here. And easier said than done, but I don't actually care about keeping the horse. But I think I hurt myself. That's okay. All right, so watch out for that. Watch out for that guy. You don't want him to see you. And grab the spade. Oh, I've been seen. I've been seen. I'm not gonna take the horse, but holy cow, how far away is that person running? All right, so I don't know what's gonna happen now that I've been seen. That's the first time I've actually been caught taking the spade. I'm sure somebody will want money from me for it. Or they'll take the spade away from me probably, and then I'll just have to buy one. No big deal if that happens. Okay, we're almost to the point where we need to get to for St. John's Wort, which is just up here a little ways. And we should be coming up. You should start to be able to see it any second now. We're watching for a little yellow color right there. See it? Little yellow color inside the trees. There's one. And you got to get into these bushes because sometimes they're way back in there and you can barely see them. Now, you need, if you want to match up with the amount of charcoal, you'll need 15. But you don't really need 15 because that's going to make a whole lot more than you need for right now of potions. But you might as well grab as many as you can and dry them out for later. Let's see, how many do I have? I've got 16. So at this point, we're good. We're just going to take one last little peek through here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. No, we're good. Oh, there was one. Got it. Any more? And I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So open up your map and fast travel back to Troskovitz. And then from here, we're going to go back into our little workstation. Let's see what time of day it is. It is only 5 o'clock, so we're in good shape. We're in really, really good shape right now. We went pretty quick. Okay, so back to the drawing board here, and I'm going to walk you through this. Okay, we do not have a recipe for the fox potion, so follow along closely. Once we do it once, then we'll have a recipe, and you can actually look at it then. But for now, we'll just have to follow along. We're going to start by putting our ingredients up. The ingredients we need are belladonna, charcoal, nettle, and St. John's Wort. So put those up there on the shelf. You should have them. St. John's, nettle, belladonna, and charcoal. Okay, we're going to use oil as the base, and we're going to pour that in. Now I'm going to walk this through, okay? We're going to talk through it once, and then we're going to do it. So we're going to take St. John's Wort and nettle. We're going to put them in the mortar. We're going to grind it up. We're going to put it in the cauldron, lower the cauldron, and turn the hourglass. Okay? While that's turned, we're going to grab the charcoal, put it in the mortar, and turn the hourglass one more time. After that second turn of the hourglass, we're going to raise the cauldron up. Okay? Then we're going to grind the charcoal and drop it into the cauldron. Grab a handful of belladonna, drop it into the cauldron, and lower it down for one more turn of the sand glass. After that, we just have to pour it out, and we'll be all set. If you're ready, let's try this. Okay? So, St. John's Wort in the mortar. Nettle in the mortar. Let's grind those up together. Okay? Once they're ground up, we're going to drop it into the cauldron. We're going to lower the cauldron. We're going to turn the hourglass. And we're going to grab this charcoal real quick and just drop it in here to save some time later. Then we're going to wait for the sand glass to finish. And we're going to turn it one more time. Just be patient here for 15 seconds or so. And as soon as that's empty, we're going to raise this back up. Okay, now... just getting that timing's important, but at this point we can kind of take our time for a second. We're going to grind up this charcoal. We're going to pop it in the cauldron. We're going to take a pinch of belladonna and drop it into the cauldron. Okay, it's a long process. Here we go. One more time. We're going to lower that down. We're going to turn the hourglass. We're going to let the hourglass run through. Maybe slightly longer because it took a second for that to start boiling. So give it maybe one more second after it empties. Lift it up. Okay. After that, grab a file and pour it out. And if we did it right, we should have like 6 Henry Fox potions. There we go. There we go. Isn't that amazing? So let's show you what those do, since this is our first time seeing them. Okay, so if we come down here, Henry's Fox increases speech by 7, reading speed, and the amount of experience you get by 50% for 2 entire game days. 2 full game days. We got 6 of those. That's 12 days worth of 50% XP gain. And we've got enough to make 15 more turns at this real quick, or 14 more, right? So we could make a ton of these. Now, I don't know that we need to make that many. We really don't. But I'm going to make a few more, maybe 5 more times. Okay, I'm going to do that off camera. And once we have that done, then I'm thinking it should be nighttime or pretty close to nighttime. And we're going to do a couple of steps until we get to a bed before we're saying let's call it quits for next episode. So let's go ahead and take a Henry Fox potion, because we might as well get extra XP right now while we're working. And I'm going to make a few more and then I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and kept going all the way until level 20. So I now have so many of these. 41, because I drank one. So I had 42. 41 of these right now, which is insane. That's going to last us 2 days each. That's, I mean, we got 2.5 months, 3 months worth. Like, that's nuts. So I dried the rest of the goods so they wouldn't go bad. And I do have a bandage that's not looking good. Otherwise, everything looks like we're doing pretty decent. I've got some cooked carrots and onions that are about to go bad. I might want to eat those up. Let's see. Let's eat those up before they turn red. And this bread is going to give me 19. That's more than I want to eat right now. So if it goes bad, it just does. Well, 19 would put me at, yeah, that put me a little over, which no big deal because I'm about to go to bed. So let's go ahead and eat this one just so it doesn't go bad on us. These two are probably going to go bad on us. That's just what it is. The rest of it's dried out. Everything's dried out. Everything's looking good. And just for showing you what we got here, alchemy is now at level 20, and the gold ones are what we have unlocked. All of these are available to be unlocked. I don't plan on grabbing them just yet. And then again, back in survival, we have quite a few things that I'm not sure if they would be good to get or not. Drinking, I can't imagine that's going to be helpful, but maybe later on it's easy to get drunk and it'll be helpful. I don't know. Haven't gotten that far yet. I've been really focusing on the beginning of this game. Now, I do know the direction I want to go from here. So as far as going to bed, we've got 2 options, right? There is a home or a bed inside this little hut right here. And we could steal from a guard, and we could come in here and we could steal some stuff and all of that. I'm not going to do that. That isn't exactly the route I want to go this episode, this series, but you know, that's a thing we could do next series if we decide to go another series in this. But anyway, for sleeping, there's 2 beds. There's one here I could take, and there is one right here. Okay, the bed's actually right about there. The entrance to that bed is right about here. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna sneak in. Now technically you are not supposed to be in there, but nobody can see you as long as you stay away. Make sure you pull out your torch here so you don't look suspicious. And let's just start heading that way. I'm not going to run or anything. I don't want to look too overly suspicious right now. Mr. Taylor? I haven't talked to you yet, have I? I don't think so. I'm sprinting. I didn't mean to. I discovered Taylor Bartoshek. All right. So this is the place. The bed is right about there in this building. We're going to sneak in, make sure nobody's watching, cut out your light, go into stealth, and use the ladder. Okay, and then right in here, you can drop down, and you've got a couple things. In here, you have a drying rack if you need it. And here, you have a cooking pot, so you can cook food. And right here you have a bed. So this is what we're going to use to sleep in for the evening. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Let's go 6 a.m. And we should be good to start our next adventure, next episode. We can sell a couple things. We can sell the hunting sword, the torch, this worn gambeson, get rid of some of that. For sure, we can sell some of these potions. You know, we've got 80 of these strong marigold decoctions, so we can sell those up. Does this say? Oh, it says I have 20 groschen. I definitely don't have a lot of money, so I'll probably sell off these crappy bandages and keep the more decent ones. I haven't gotten to the point to use any of these kits yet. I'm sure that'll be coming in the future. All right, so next episode. Thank you all for hanging out. Hit that like button before you take off, in case you don't want to hear about next episode right now and you're about to leave. I so appreciate you being here, and I'm having a ton of fun with this game. I want to keep it going for a little while. Let's see. So next episode, we need to get our horse. I'm going to go kind of out of the way though, because I want to find different points. Like there's a bird's nest in this tree here. There's one like up in this tree here. There's one like over in here. So I kind of want to take the long way and kind of circle around a little bit. There's a grave site here I want to get. There's couple beehives right in here I want to get. There's a camp right here with a brawler guy kind of want to talk to, you know. So I'm gonna kind of take the long way around and hit all these spots as we go, and eventually tomorrow I want to end up right down here getting our horse. There's some schnapps on this dock, things like that. We'll hit up on that. We need to make our way over to Tomcat. So we can get our horse, we can make our way to Tomcat. After we're done with Tomcat, we can make the way over here to find out what happened to our dog, maybe go back and see the old lady, kind of circle around. I don't know exactly how that'll play out yet, but that's kind of the plan. What was this one? Gain access. Oh, this is the miller, right? I think the miller will be second. I think I will probably do the blacksmith first and the miller second, because I want to end up stealth, but I'm not starting stealth, right? Like I'm starting with an axe. So eventually I do want to get to stealth, and the miller's going to help me get there. But I want to explore the whole game that way. So I have played a little bit past where we are now, but I definitely have not played deep into this game yet. I've focused on the first few hours and tried to find a really nice start. I'm hoping that this start was something you guys like. I took some from some videos I saw. I took some from my looking around. I found some maps online for next episode that are going to help me find all of the birds' nests, and I'm going to try to route out a plan that, or plan out, I said that way backwards, plan out a route that gets us like maximum stops along the way, where we get all kinds of nice little goodies along the way to where we're going. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I think today was really good. We're going to be getting 50% extra XP for everything we do, and 20% more on top of that for stealth, or alchemy, for all of those. Right? So we've just made ourselves big time XP boosts for everything we do from here on out. And that was the goal of today. Start the series with a giant XP bonus and then play forward. All right, I'm going to stop babbling. Thank you guys for hanging out, and hopefully you'll come back and hang out in the next one. And we'll see you then.